terrific performance in the last regional. I have a feeling we're going to have a good week this week.
I have a feeling that we are as well. So, you know, already not the best of starts here in the opening round. Vitality able to get off on the board first, and then K-Dop just launching it through, making it 2-0 early on here. And this is not really the way that I think BDS would have wanted to have their start to the day.
No, certainly not. And we've seen this happen to BDS before with these kind of slow starts, especially in the first matches of the day. They kind of build their way into series sometimes. And I know that this is going to be a pretty challenging one, of course. Vitality, always one of those teams that you can't count out of a series. They've been struggling recently, but against a team like BDS, I like the matchup for Vitality. However, it's a long series, right? Best of 5, that's an own goal. That's not what you want to see from Extra out of the corner. 3-0 early on for Vitality.
Yeah, 3-0 early on, and I mean, that's just, yeah, there's not too much more you can really say about that. It's just an unfortunate touch. He's trying to clear it over to that right side corner, and he ends up clearing it into the net. So, I mean, still really early on in this game, too. We're only about 2 minutes into things, and Vitality just roaring off to a 3-0 start. BDS is finding themselves in a position where they've got a lot of ground to make up, and it might be even more as K-Dop just gets a nice flick into the top right. That's 4 in a row for Vitality.
Yeah, and in the first 2 minutes as well. This kind of reminds me of, you know, a year or so ago where we would watch Vitality come out strong against these teams. I mean, BDS, of course, you know, considered one of, if not the best team in the world by a lot of people. And, you know, this start not really proving that point so much for BDS. But, you know, again, with the series being as long as it is, even opportunities galore here in this game. Good save by Fairy Pete there. Keep Mark off the board. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a change in play from BDS. I don't see them getting rolled over by Vitality here.
No, I don't either. I think BDS is probably still just warming themselves up, you know, getting used to this situation in this game. We haven't seen too much aggression come out of them, which is a bit out of the ordinary. Usually they're very calculating, especially with those infield passes to one another. But they've just been having to play too much defense, and it's been putting them on the back foot as that one coming straight down has to get cleared away by Monkey Moon Alpha. Looking to keep this pressure alive, though, for Vitality and potentially put another one on the board. Fairy Peak was in a fantastic position to take advantage, but now it's quick transition down the field. Backboard down, shot taken, but another save coming through because that shot really didn't have too much power put on it.
No, we haven't seen BDS really penetrate the zone too often either. We've seen a couple of good rotations. They just haven't been able to maintain any kind of ball presence at the current moment. Not a lot of dangerous opportunities out in front either, though. Vitality doing a pretty good job of making sure they keep things to the outside. We've seen a lot of corner play. The back wall presence has been great, and as Alpha again going to prove that point. Solid challenge. K-Dop quickly into transition, but with time running out, whether this goes in or not, Vitality should have a pretty good handle on game one. They're going to go up 1-0 in the series, and BDS looking better in this second half for sure. They're definitely getting more pressure on the ball, but we're going to have to see them start that way in game two if they want a chance here.
Yeah, I mean, they're really going to need to pick up the pace. We haven't seen, I don't think we've seen a single shot on target from BDS so far. I may be wrong. We'll have to check the stats at the end. But, I mean, either way, it's been very little aggression coming through from Team BDS. They are getting a little bit more pressure in the Vitality half now, but it's still nothing too threatening. Vitality playing really solid defense. And I think the best way for them to try and start working their way back into this game and into this series is just utilizing those passes more. Try and open up space, catch Vitality out of position. You got to do something to keep yourself off of defense and hold on to the ball longer than what we're seeing from them right now.
Well, you also have to make sure that something that you're doing is not panicking. And BDS, for the most part, has really sorted things out since, you know, the first half. Vitality obviously scoring those 4 goals kind of opened up some holes in the BDS defense. But ever since then, it's been a much quieter game, a much more compact game, and that's what you want to see, right? We're going to take a look here at the score line. 4 shots by Mark in that game. Really, the only player able to generate some good offensive opportunities for BDS. And Monkey Moon was pretty quiet in his stats, definitely showing that here. But you know, I still think a majority of those shots for Vitality came early in the game. Obviously, you know, you score 4 goals in the first half, you're going to outshoot your opponents typically. And I don't think it's time to panic for BDS. Just get back on the horse, do what you're supposed to do in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, definitely no time to panic. I mean, it's best of 5 for a reason, right? And whether you lose 4-0 or whether you lose 1-0, a loss is a loss. And so all BDS needs to do is just, you know, focus back up, focus on this upcoming game, and really just, you know, get with the program and start something to go back into this with a vengeance. Because otherwise, remember, with it being a best of 5, I mean, if they end up dropping this one, obviously they'll be facing series point in game 3. And then that completely changes the ball game as far as momentum, mentality, and how they approach the play of the game.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about panic, that's dangerous. Fairy Peak's going to score it. Top or off the bar, didn't go in, but the double commit's really what's going to kill the play there for BDS. So Vitality again out to an early lead. But I was going to mention the car selection here for Monkey Moon. I mean, I was actually going to talk about Fairy Peak and how we get to see the Batmobile come out. But Monkey Moon, there you go. I don't even know what car that is. What car is that?
I think, is that the Proteus, I think? I can't quite remember.
That's what I thought it was when I first saw it, and it very well may be. I can never remember the names of the individual cars.
Ooh,
my goodness.
Peak. Fairy Peak came really close to putting another one on the board there, and it's a lot similarity of what we saw in game number 1. Just Vitality is putting on effort, though. Good shot towards net. Fairy Peak forced to make the save. It's a pop-up in front, but no one from BDS really in the neighborhood to take advantage. As we see another passing play coming through. Extra was diving, but Fairy Peak beating him to it. It'll come back across again. Good bump on Extra. Gets it out of the zone, but K-Dop again, just solid positioning from Vitality right now in these defensive spots. That even when BDS is getting victories, there's someone else ready to take advantage of the play.
There's some big long clears both teams are looking for right now. That might be an overcommitment from Vitality. If Extra can get around this ball, he's going to play it over to Monkey Moon, but K-Dop in good position to take that back. And yeah, we're playing the long clear type game. Nice little takeaway. Mark going to try to force his way through. Extra had Fairy Peak to deal with. The BDS come close yet again. Just can't seem to knock that one through. We're still waiting for our first BDS goal here in the series. We played just about 8 minutes of Rocket League. Still nothing falling for the good guys. As this is going to be Fairy Peak. Has that taken away. Good save, but it's off of Fairy Peak. Need a little help from the defense, but finally BDS break through.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we had one own goal on the side of BDS, so at least we're able to get one back. Fairy Peak, man, just slams that through. Couldn't hit the brakes fast enough. And so that'll be how BDS gets their opening goal, is through just an errant touch by Fairy Peak, sent it in. Maybe that's the breaking of the dam they needed. Marked by 8. Sending a quick shot off a kickoff towards net, almost able to make it happen, follows it up, and a great save by Alpha. K-Dop trying to play defensively to get that set back. And my goodness, BDS showing some real pressure in that attack right after that first goal.
And I liked the idea from Extra. He was up in the play, ready to make something happen. It was just an unfortunate bounce that played itself by him a little bit. He had a chance if that ball bounces just a bit closer to him. Unfortunately, that's not going to go in for BDS. And Vitality, again, they're one of those teams that you know they're going to be playing fairly well defensively when they're on their, when they're on their game on the day. And these big long clears is kind of their identity against BDS right now. They're trying to find quick transitional plays, catch BDS off guard, rotating back to the defensive side. And so far, it's been pretty good transitional defense from BDS. We even saw them take away what I thought was going to be a sure goal for Vitality, just with quick play back on the other side.
About 90 seconds or so left in this game, and we're still at this sort of, well, we were at a stalemate. Unfortunately, I opened my mouth and Caster cursed that play. It's Fairy Peak trying to get it around, marked by 8. It ends up landing at Alpha's feet, and he just sends a banger over to the left side of net. So now, instead of a stalemate trying to get through, it's going to be an attempted recovery here from BDS in the last 90 seconds. Down by 1. They've already lost the opening game. They really need to get some momentum out of game 2. Marked by 8 is looking to work his way around Alpha. Instead, the ball coming back out in front. K-Dop was in the area. Monkey Moon down this right side, able to get one demo, but a great pitch from K-Dop. Marked by 8 follows it up again. It'll be Monkey Moon in the corner, trying to get things center, looking for the Doomsy, but he just can't get enough drop on it, and now 60 seconds remain.
How many chances are BDS going to get where they can't put it home? These are not easy shots, but they're just missing a bit, or they just have a player out of range for a follow-up. And man, Vitality should be thanking their lucky stars that a couple of these haven't gone in for BDS. Couldn't clear that time by Alpha. He's going to try to follow it up. Can't quite find the angle. But look how fast Vitality is to rotate back to the defensive side. Alpha takes that play, able to get back before the ball even crosses the halfway point. So 20 seconds left. Can BDS put this on goal?
Well, they really need to get some pressure here at the end. It's been a lot of attempts, but nothing really enough. That's putting Vitality in an awkward spot. Only 10 seconds remain. It's a good 50 from Marked by 8, but they really need to work it downfield. Extra sort of low on boost here toward an attempted carry. They're going to have to keep it in the air now. No time left on the clock. It's a kill from K-Dop, and it's going to be Vitality taking their second in a row.
Well, now that best of 5 doesn't feel quite as secure, doesn't feel quite as large of a series, you've got to win 3 in a row now if you're BDS, and Vitality certainly hasn't made it easy. They've limited a high-scoring team to 1 goal in the first 2 games, and that's not good enough. Obviously, if you're trying to win this series here, I still think BDS has improved as we've seen the series go on. I just need to see a couple of these opportunities go in, man. They've had their chances, they just can't get it in. Yeah,
I mean, they've had some really good looks too. I mean, you had Marked by 8 almost really get a Doomsy, which was one of the best opportunities I think that BDS had throughout that entire game. But you got to also think about the fact that we've only seen 1 goal so far this series for BDS, and it was an own goal from Fairy Peak. So
that's true.
We need to see something more come out of this BDS side, because right now it's just that it's not working.
Well, we are underway with game number 3. 5 minutes on the clock, no score, though Vitality pressuring forward, and I think this is the important part of the game right now for BDS. Do not let Vitality get out to an early lead. It's happened both times in the last 2 games, and Vitality have been able to hang on to leads to eventually take those games. So if you can be the team playing from ahead, it becomes a whole lot easier to find that space on the field. As I do like this little offensive that we're seeing from BDS right now. Monkey Moon going to try to feed Marked by 8 in front. Good block there. Took a couple of members of Vitality and Alpha. Third manning it all the way back down. 0-0. Just about a minute gone, game 3.
A minute gone. We're still seeing a lot of attacking pressure come out of Team Vitality. But still, it's Team BDS looking to try and get out of their zone. Marked by 8. Working his way around 2 people out here in the corner as he'll get a clear downfield, looking for Monkey Moon. Not a whole lot of boost to be able to follow things up. It'll be sidewall. Marked by 8, unable to follow that through. K-Dop now to Monkey Moon. A lot of space downfield. Marked by 8 might have an opportunity. Gets a dunk, but it slows the ball down too much, and K-Dop able to sweep that one forward with a really good chance, and another one there. Extra almost able to get that final touch.
That shot again, high from Marked by 8. That's got to be on goal. At the very least, force Vitality to use up their boost to make these saves. And I mean, again, it's just a wayward opportunity for BDS. They've had chance after chance just in this game that they haven't been able to quite put on net. And now you open up the gates here for Vitality. If they can find the first of the game, again, you're back into that position you were in the first 2 games, even though you've had the better of the pressure so far. Good play that time again by Alpha. That'll even earn him a Savior medal, not even halfway through, as K-Dop up high makes that save as well.
Well, that's a good little touch from K-Dop. Sends it down for Alpha, who's looking for a ground pinch in the net. And, you know, it's those sort of plays that we've been seeing a lot out of Vitality so far throughout this series. They've been really creative in how they've been able to move the ball downfield and really create those opportunities. Demo just high off the bar. It would have been a goal for certain for Vitality. But the accuracy just a little bit off, and now BDS looking to transition, but they're not quick enough. Alpha down the Fairy Peak, extra back the other way, but K-Dop on the recovery. It'll be Fairy Peak again off the ceiling. And man, it has just been so much aggression coming out of this Vitality side. It feels like BDS hardly getting a moment to breathe.
And this is just, it's such a classic, you know, long, clear kind of matchup. And I don't know if I necessarily expected it from these 2 teams in particular, but the ball has been soaring through the air all series long. We haven't seen a ton of ground plays. We haven't seen a lot of slow possessional type plays. And, you know, truly, I do think that plays more into the hands of Team Vitality, because we've seen BDS really dominate when they can find a lot of ball possession. But Vitality, great cut of the pass from Monkey Moon. He comes flying in from off screen. I thought he rotated back. I think Fairy Peak did as well. He's just going to take that one slot at home. It's 1-0 for BDS.
Yeah, I mean, Fairy Peak was looking for Alpha. Absolutely thought that the rotation had come back around, and then all of a sudden, just screaming through, able to grab that goal. It's a fantastic effort from Team BDS, and you know, that's their first goal that was intentional so far throughout this series, and maybe that is what can open things up for them, get them that momentum, and get things really moving forward. There's only about 60 seconds left, and it's a fantastic pass from K-Dop the Fairy Peak, and just like that, the game gets back level yet again.
Yeah, the lead, unfortunately, evaporates. Nice little pass, man. Fairy Peak gets up to that so quickly. Hard to defend when they can slot that. It's just a short midfield pass. Those are some of the hardest to defend. You don't really have time to react. You gotta be on top of the ball immediately, and unfortunately that Batmobile just a bit too long. Gonna pop it up over top. 45 seconds left, 1-1. Alpha on the flip reset, taken away by Monkey Moon. They're inching closer to overtime. That's dangerous. K-Dop goes well high on the shot. Not sure that's what he wanted on that play, but it does stay out, and BDS luckily going to survive, at least for the moment. Good block there. 25 to go.
25 to go, and an opportunity for BDS to potentially avoid this overtime, as we're still seeing a lot of pressure come out of Vitality. It's a pop-up giveaway to K-Dop. Monkey Moon dives across, follow-up from Fairy Peak, on target under the bar. And now, with Vitality taking the lead, it's 10 seconds for BDS to find a goal, or they're gonna get swept.
And it's the double commit again. That's going to hurt Team BDS. You can't afford to double commit in these big moments. Got to be able to sort it out. And unfortunately, Vitality capitalizes. Can Monkey Moon create some offense? Extra's got space, but he's got to win this challenge. Does fall into the corner. Alpha there, though, to kill the game, kill the series. Vitality 3-0 sweep. And again, rather disappointing performance from BDS in a game that I think was super crucial to their season.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the way that they were wanting to start things off here. It's a 3-0 loss to Team Vitality, and you know, the issue is they weren't playing poorly. They were playing rather well. I mean, especially in that third game, things moved much better through them as the series progressed. But I mean,